Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Kathleen here. In today's video, we're going to be doing a clean, fresh makeup routine. Something to help us recover from this last week of the election and maybe hopefully find some, peace in this crazy world that we're living in today. And I'm just going to kind of share with you some of the things I do to de-stress during this time. And hopefully you can kind of share with us too what you do to de-stress in times of like this past week. So I do have some exciting news. I'm going to have a giveaway, a holiday giveaway that's going to be probably picked sometime at the end of December, like around the 20th or so. So make sure that you're subscribed and hit that notification bell so that you can see when I upload the giveaway video and so that you don't miss out, okay? All right, without further ado now, let's get started. Okay, so what am I gonna do? I'm gonna do this fresh, clean makeup look, right? I have my skin is all prepped. I have my skincare on. I just used my Bobbi Brown face base, right? That has niacinamide and hyaluronic acid in it, so it just kind of plumps up the skin a little bit. Start by doing my eyebrows. And what I want to do in this video is to just kind of talk a little bit about what I have done this past week to kind of help me get through some of the craziness of the week with the election. And no matter what side you were on, it was definitely stressful, just anticipating, the whole end of it. For me, it was like, I just can't wait for it to be over with so we can resemble some sort of normalcy. And I really felt like, the energy was like really starting to get tense out there. What I typically do with my eyebrows is I'm going to be using this one here from Charlotte Tilbury. It is the Brow Cheat and it's in the color soft brown. And I'm going to go in and fill them in. So one of the things that I do to de-stress is I go right to comedy channels. Comedy Central, any type of movies that make me laugh. Saturday Night Live, looking at impersonations of these candidates is also something that makes me laugh. I don't think it's cruel. I think it's comedy, right? It's supposed to make you laugh, and it does. It's silly. But then again, I grew up in a family where like comedy was a big thing. I grew up with, I had 5 brothers and they were always busting chops. So anyway, I found a lot of relief through that. Okay, so I just filled in this eyebrow. And again, I'm just going to be doing this clean, fresh look. It's not going to be anything too detailed. And so I really find like I was really gravitating towards, comedy channels. Another favorite show of mine is Curb Your Enthusiasm. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but Larry David, he just makes me laugh no matter what. He can just look at the camera and I start laughing. So that was another thing that helped me out a lot. Okay, next I'm going to just take this eye base from MAC and I'm going to go in there, take this Q-tip and I'm going to go in and I'm just going to put that across my lid. I'm not really even going to be putting an eyeshadow on. I'm just going to be using a pencil on my lid today. So I put way too much on, but that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and blend it in and go in and just kind of dab that in there. So another thing I do to de-stress, and I think a lot of people do this, is I get out in nature, right? I go outside and I go for a walk and just kind of take in the nature and I, think about accepting whatever the election is going to be, you know what I mean? I just pray for acceptance and I don't try to overthink it. I try not to, indulge in any type of angry thinking. You know what I mean? I'm like, it's going to be what it's going to be. Me getting upset about a certain candidate or a certain situation, it's not going to do any good, and quite honestly, there's just way too much of it going on out there right now, so I'd rather not add to it. So a good walk in nature, listening to a walking meditation. I can either use the one on my Insight Timer or I use the one on my Peloton app. I'm going to take this eyeliner, Limitless Brown, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go across my lash line with that. And like I said, I'm not using any, and you can see it got kind of messy, but I'm going to blend that in. I'm going to smudge it out. So you don't have to be too careful when you're doing this. It's not like you're doing the waterline. You can just kind of go in there and run it across that lash line. Taking my Rephr pencil brush in number 3 right here, and I'm just going to go in and I'm going to smudge that out in there. These are great brushes. They really beat it. They always have a sale. You can buy it on a site called Concept. And again, you can just see how lightly that kind of smudged it out. Like I really want it to be very natural, just clean, kind of natural, clean and fresh looking. Go across and do the same thing on the other side. Another thing that I actually ended up doing this week was I watched the, I don't know if it was this week or last week, but I watched the Martha Stewart documentary. I don't know if anybody saw that, but I guess I had never thought of Martha Stewart in any other light other than being somebody who cooked and did crafts, you know what I'm saying? So to watch her evolve from that, you know, what she went through for the tax evasion, or what was it, insider trading, it wasn't tax evasion. To watch her go through that and come out the other side, I thought, oh my God, if that woman could get through that, right, and ended up going to jail and helping these women in jail and just try to help them, you know, become better people, I was like so inspired by her. I literally started crying watching the show. It was very moving, you know what I mean? And I thought to myself, like, I should be so grateful for my life and what I have, you know what I'm saying? Because I really do. I have a lot. Like, I mean, am I wealthy? No, but I have a roof over my head. I'm, you know, my kids are healthy. I'm healthy. You know what I mean? Those things are really, really important. And just watching her go through what she went through, I thought, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? I should just be happy with where I am, what I'm at, and not be worried about anything. So anyway, it was really good. It's on Netflix if you're interested, you know, to check it out. But I was really, really inspired by it. So that's all I'm gonna do on my eyes, right? So I evened out the whole eyelid and any discoloration, and then I just kind of went in there and darkened it up a little bit more with the pencil. But that's really naturally what my eyes look like, right? This color, so I can go in there and do that. Okay, next what am I gonna do? I'm gonna go and I'm gonna be using this Hydra Boost foundation, right? It's a drugstore foundation. It is in the color Nude 40. And I like this because it's very hydrating. I'm gonna go in there and I'm just gonna kind of swipe that all over my face. And something else that I do is, I think we all do this, is try not to give it too much power, right? What's going on. Like I spend time with my girlfriends and we kind of, you know, share similar views on things without getting too, I guess, judgy, and just kind of, I don't know, spending time with family and friends is really crucial at a time like that, to know that you're supported and that you're not going through this alone, right? Everybody's in this together pretty much, and we are in this together. That's the thing that can be very upsetting, is like we're so connected to everybody and anything. The fact that we feel like we're so separated and so, you know, divided is very, that part is upsetting to me. So, you know, I'm hoping that we heal and move forward. But one of the ways that I do that is by just kind of hanging out with family and friends. So do me a favor, comment below, let me know what you do or what you did this past couple of weeks to get through this election, and how you're feeling now. If you have any recommendations for anybody, I would love to hear what they are. Okay, so there is that foundation. You can see it's very light, very hydrating, not too heavy. Doesn't look like I have too much on my skin. Next, I'm going to take this Lancome Serum Concealer, and I'm going to go underneath my eye here. I live in New Jersey, and I also went down to the beach, Sandy Hook, actually, this past week with my grandsons, and it was, I'm gonna say 78 degrees out, and on the beach, it was gorgeous, and I felt like that was, oh my God, that was like such a safe, healing place to go, you know what I mean? Just spending time at the ocean and sitting there listening to the waves, watching my grandsons, who are gonna be 5 in another week, watching them, you know, play in the ocean. I was like, oh my God, I really needed this. It felt so good to watch them. So, I don't know. But the thought of going down, I went down the day after the election. And the thought that my grandsons were swimming in the ocean on November 6th, I was like, this is crazy. And they weren't cold when they came out. I mean, they're crazy enough to go in the ocean in the middle of February, but they were not cold when they came out of there. And they played on the beach all day. They loved it. Okay, so you can see that concealer is very lightweight, and just kind of tap that in there. If you have any other discolorations on your face, you can use this concealer for that too. Again, it is the Lancome. It's in the color 220C, so it's a cooler color. But I love it. It's super lightweight and it doesn't crease. Okay, next I'm going to go and I'm going to take, and I love this palette, I've shared it many times, is the Hourglass palette. And again, I'm going to link all these products down below in case you're interested. And if you're looking for a Christmas or holiday gift for somebody, they have these new ones out for these palettes. Now, I've had this for 2 years and I use it all the time, and it does not look like it's ever been touched, really. So they just came out with some new ones. I'll leave a picture of them up above here so you can see what they look like. But the palette themselves are beautiful. They're really, really pretty. And the ones that they just came out with are just gorgeous. So I'm going to take this brush here. This is my base brush here, and it's by Sonia G. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to set my skin. I'm going to take this powder here that's right up top. And this is just kind of give it a healthy glow. And I'm just going to press that into my skin. Right? I'm just going to go in there and press lightly. And you don't need too much. But I'm going to go around those areas where I have a tendency to get creasing. And that's right into here. A little bit up here in my eyes. And then lightly all over. And go back up here. And you can see how nicely that sits on the skin. Okay, so I have that, there's a setting powder, right? Next I'm going to take the bronzer, which is here, right? The bronzer, which is here. And I'm gonna go in, and I'm just gonna kind of do a little bit of like contouring, I should say. And just kind of dab that into the high points on my face, so it looks like I have some color, and I think I got a little too much there. But if I do take a little too much, I can go in with that foundation brush and just kind of dab it down. Yeah, see, that looks better, right? Just kind of take what you don't even have to add any more foundation on there. You just need to go in there and kind of dab it down a little bit. Go here, go across my cheekbones. And now, like this past week, where now the election is over, something that I've been doing is not watching the news, right? So I remember, like during COVID, I was obsessed with the news and listening to everything that was going on in the news. And I would say after about 2 months, I was so depressed that I was like, oh my God, you know? So I have to limit myself, you know what I mean? I would consider myself to be, oh, I just moved my camera. I would consider myself to be an empath, which, you know, we kind of pick up on that stuff and kind of like, you know, pick up the energy of other people and kind of want to make, you know, I don't know. It's not my business to pick up on anything else that's going on other than my own business, so I don't know why I do it, but it's the way I've always been. So I have to limit myself. Like, I can't watch, you know, the news is horrible. And it's like not even true, half of it. And you know what I mean? And the end result is I act like, you know, I'm like not sleeping at night because I'm worried about this stuff, right? So I have to monitor that stuff, and I have to monitor my thinking. I really have to pay attention. What am I thinking about here? I don't need to think about this stuff. And the beautiful thing is I have that power. I can do that, right? I can say, no, I don't want to watch this. I can watch Curb Your Enthusiasm, watch Larry David get into some mess on there, which is kind of funny. I don't know, what shows do you watch? What are you watching on Netflix? What are you watching? Do you watch any comedy shows? If not, are you watching a drama? What's new on, I don't know, Apple TV, Netflix, HBO? Anything interesting? Okay, so that's all I would do with the bronzer. Maybe I got a little too heavy, but that's okay. I'm going in there with my foundation brush and just kind of tamping it down so it doesn't look too crazy. Then next I would take this brush here, and I would take, which one do I want to use? I'm going to take this pink one because I do have a lot of pinkness in my skin. And I'm just going to add a little blush, right? Across my cheekbones, going to go across here. Across here. I guess the moral of this week, all the worrying in the world was not going to change the outcome of what was going to happen. So I don't need to get fearful about things. I don't need to get worried. I don't need to get myself anxious. Just do what's best for me, right? Take care of myself. Eat healthy, exercise. And I'm going to, what am I going to do? I'm going to spray myself with the setting spray. I'm going to use this one, this cactus flower. Is this a cactus? Yeah, cactus flower vitamin C by Urban Decay. I'm going to go in, I'm going to set that and let that settle in. Then I'm going to take this lip brush. I'm going to take this pencil. This is the eye pencil that I used. And I'm just going to go in and I'm going to outline my lips. Now that's way too dark, but I'm going to take a Q-tip. And if you look closely at your lip lines, you'll see that you do have some different colors in there that you can match up. And I'm gonna not wipe it off, but I'm gonna blend it in. You can also use your finger. You don't have to use a Q-tip if you don't want. And that in there, and just kind of give my lips some definition. My lips are very fine, and the lip definition is you know, kind of fading over the years. Okay, so I'm gonna do that, and then I'm going to take this lip injector, right? This is from Too Faced. This is a lip plumping gloss. It doesn't really have a color to it. I mean, it looks a little peachy pink there, but when it goes on, it just kind of gives it a little sheen. And what it's going to do is you're going to feel a tingle in about, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes. And it's going to plump up your lips. I don't know what it actually does, but it goes in there and it irritates your lips somehow. It's called Cotton Candy Kiss. It's extra strength, it's long-term lip plumper, and it does actually plump up the lips. I mean, I don't get big full lips, but you can feel your lips they just look fuller and a little bit healthier looking. So, and that's what I really want, is a clean, fresh type look to it. Okay, and then last but not least is I'm going to go in, I'm going to use this Jones Road mascara and put some mascara in these lashes. So you can see that that is a crazy mascara. It really does add a lot of length and volume to the lashes. So if you like a volume looking, if you want length and volume, it's a great mascara. It's in Jet Black, I believe it's called. What's it called? Pitch Black it's called. My lips now starting to plump up. You probably don't notice it, but I can feel it. I don't know if you can see a big difference, but they look a little bit more pronounced. Okay everyone, thanks you so much for watching. If you gained any value from this video, please consider subscribing, giving this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can get notified when I do my giveaway video within the next couple of weeks. Stay healthy and be happy. Bye bye.